This loaded stretch variation is a great way to progress your hip flexor stretching to improve your hip extension. So for this, you're going to have some sort of a weight, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, something you can grab easily. Now, you want to start low with this because this is a very lengthened position. If you're somebody who has not stretched this consistently in the past, we don't want to push the load too quickly because that is when we get injuries. So we want to keep that intensity. This intensity is going to go a little bit higher because it's a loaded stretch, but we don't want to push it into an 8, 9, 10 out of 10. Initially, you want to start at maybe that 5, 6. If this is not new, you can start maybe at that 6, 7, or 8, but I wouldn't push that intensity too high until you've exposed your body to this a couple times. Now, for this, you're going to get set up in the couch stretch. Now, for the most part, in the beginning, I would put your knee a little further away from the wall or the block. And then over time, you can progress it closer. That's just going to kind of keep your quads at a really deep stretch to start. So you won't have as much room as you come up here. But if you come up a little bit further, you have a little more wiggle room, which means you can control the stretch and the intensity a little bit more. Now, if this is already too big of a stretch for you, we're not adding load here. So if you want to do the loaded variation, you don't want to involve your quads, you want to involve your hip flexors more, then we're going to go here. And we are going to do this one, right? So the variation of your foot on the wall, the couch stretch, is going to involve your quads and be a little bit more intense. So choose your level. Then from here, for most people, we want to find a stretch. It doesn't have to be super intense, but you need to know that you're going to tilt that belt buckle up to find a stretch as you kind of push the leg behind you, and we're kind of tucking, and you're going to feel that nice big stretch in your quads and hip flexors. To add the load then, you want to be in maybe like a minimal stretch to start, and then we can add the load, and then we can sink into the stretch from there. For some people, if you just want to come in and out to find the stretch and feel that intensity, you can. Over time though, you want to increase the length of time with this weight in the hold. You can also hold it here if you would like. Both work. Then from here, you're going to finish the hold, come out of it slowly. That way you can give yourself a little bit of time to adjust because coming out of stretches, especially with higher intensity, is going to be very intense. So please proceed lightly with this. Choose a level that makes sense for you. But this is a great way to progress stretches and build a little bit more strength in those stretch positions, which is going to give us more mobility, but it's also going to add an injury resilience component to our mobility training.